Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm up. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. Yes, that's a good morning for me. So I'm up. It's chilly right now. What is our temperature? It's 37 degrees, but it is promising to be like 60 plus today. I don't know what the 60 plus means, but I'm preparing for warmer weather. We went to the park last night, like yesterday afternoon, and it was so warm. It felt so warm. I mean, it's middle of winter, but it's warm where you can have sleeveless. So I'm like, okay, I've got sleeveless, I've got capris on, but I do have my slippers on right now because it's a little chilly. But I know the day is going to get nicer, and today's video is going to be breakfast foods that you can freeze. So I was sitting there last night, I'm like, I like to do baking once a week, and so I had a couple things to make, and then the kids started throwing out ideas. They're like, what about this, this, and this? And I'm like, I forgot about all those wonderful things. So this is going to be a throwback to like freezer baking days because it's been a little while. So I'm going to make, first thing I'm going to start making today is going to be breakfast cookies. These are real simple to make. It's basically throw a bunch of ingredients together, but they're so good. We used to make these all the time because they're just a bunch of good ingredients thrown together, like honey and oats and wheat germ and cocoa, and I'm looking at my list, peanut butter, bananas. We used to put cranberries in ours, but I'm gonna skip the cranberries because I don't think I even have any. I don't even have any, so we'll leave that one out of the equation. But these are really good. They look like blobs of chocolate, but they're really good and delicious, and they fill you up. We would take bags of these to the lake when we go to the lake. I'm like, let's just grab a bag of cookies. And we take these and eat these, and they were delicious when got you through your morning. So it's good. So we're gonna do good. I'm working on replacing outlets and stuff in our house, and so this whole side of my kitchen is not working, as well as my dining room light. So there is no lighting over there. So when I bring you over here, since it's so early, it kind of like looks weird, like shadow, like that. So I have to step back, or it's just the way the lighting is until the sun comes up and it brightens the room, but we're just not there yet, so that's okay. So I'm gonna get the recipe on the screen. We're gonna put all the ingredients in the mixing bowl. I'm gonna mix it over here. I'm gonna turn on my oven right now. Let me adjust this. And we're gonna have a great day making a bunch of breakfast food. You wanna know what we're making today? We are going to make banana nut muffins, breakfast cookies, chocolate chip oatmeal cups, sausage balls, and homemade granola. And then for food, I've been requested to make monkey milkshake for breakfast, ham skillet because we had a ham dinner yesterday, and then hopefully I've got broccoli in there that's got to get, remember the broccoli I got? I need to make that into something, so I'm thinking broccoli cheese soup. So that's on the list. I don't know about the soup, but I know for sure I'll do ham skillet because that's going to be dinner tonight. So it's a good day. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's start making breakfast cookies. Okay, so since my bananas are partially thawed, not all the way, I'm gonna put them over here and let this just mix up. So, because sometimes, can I talk? Sometimes when you mix bananas and like things like the oatmeal cups and the breakfast cups, if you don't mix the bananas up all the way, you'll be left with banana chunks. I guess I don't mind if you don't mind. I mind, I actually mind. I don't like biting into a cooked banana chunk. It just does not taste good. So I'm just gonna whip that real quick right here. Then I'll bring it back, add the other ingredients. You can just pretty much mix everything together. Put it over here, whip it up. It's delicious. This recipe is not exact, so use it as best you can when you add the ingredients. But basically, if you have like chia seeds, I'm gonna add flax meal because that's what I have. I had flax seed on the original recipe. You just add whatever kind of yummy ingredients. You got those little healthy little things like the chia seeds. Put it in there. They'll never even taste it. That's the beauty of this. So mix it all together. Okay, I'm actually gonna mix these separately first, and then, yeah, banana. Gross, drippy banana on your mixer. Gross. Okay, let's put this in here. I have one too many times fed kids bananas. Do you remember those little, I think they still have them, the little meshy things where you put the banana inside the little mesh screen the babies would chew on it. And the only thing that was soft and good was bananas. You always had bananas, and so just, ugh, that gross, slimy banana. Not good. Mix this up, then we'll come back with the dried ingredients. I'll put it back over here. So for my flour, I added white whole wheat flour because it's a little better for you than white flour. So I just put that in there. I did add milk powder. I don't know about how that's gonna work for my kids that don't do dairy, but they might not even eat these, so it'll be good. Just mix this all up. And this is done. It's good. It's like, there's no eggs, so you can try it. Oh yeah, the kids are gonna like it because it's been so long since we've had this. I'm like, this would be a good little breakfast cookie. That tastes good. I'm just tasting the flavors. Yep, that's good. All right, I'm gonna plop on a cookie sheet here. I'll do small ones, smaller versus bigger. Or bigger, because that's easier. Such decisions. Let's just do, I feel like that's really big. Let's just do smaller. You don't have to worry about these being like, they're not going to spread, they're going to stay pretty much like this. So put those in the oven there, and they're going to bake for about 20 minutes. And I was going to put them on my table, but you're not going to see anything. But I guess I can put them on my table, and then you can, this is going to be a weird day because there's no lighting. The struggles of a filmer. I guess I can just stick them all over here, right? I'll do dishes on the other side. That's what I'll do. I'll wash this off real good. This is where I'll put my cookies. So today, since I want to get out the door, we're not going to waste any time today. So the cookies are going to cook in the oven. One of the other things I'm going to make is breakfast sausage balls. And so this, because I have 3 things of sausage left. I got that a few months ago when Jensen and I went discount store shopping all around up in Asheville and that. So I've got it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make a bunch of it, and then we're going to freeze some. I'll make some today for breakfast because they do like it. They're impossible to open. Cream cheese. Cream cheese is like never fun to open. They need a better, I mean, maybe this is the only way it keeps it fresh. It just does not open well. We're just gonna peel it. That's what we'll do. Hold on, let me get my trash. Okay, so the way, when we moved down, I never even, did I have these before? I don't think I've ever had them until I moved down here. And I think down here, sausage balls are, everybody has a sausage ball at every family event. So I don't mind them, they're good. But what I just thought they were kind of like, yeah, whatever. Well, then I discovered putting a block of cream cheese in there, and I'm like, ooh, that's a game changer. So that will be a game changer. It keeps them much more moist and delicious. So I'm gonna put this in and then like they mix it in a mixing bowl. Don't mix it in a mixing bowl. Mix it in your food processor right here. Hold on, let me wash my hands. mix it all in your food processor. You won't even have to worry about like doing too much mixing by hand, which is great. So I'm putting a block of cream cheese, a package of sausage, and then you put 2 cups of cheese, 2 cups of baking mix in. Now, mix this up first with your cheese. I'm gonna be gathering fragments. This cheese is like pepper jack cheese, I feel like it's a mixture. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm using it up, I'm gonna just put a little bit of that in there in this one, and then I'm gonna put some, I have a lot of cheese in my freezer here, so I'm like, I need to use this up. So I'm mostly gonna put cheddar cheese in here, but I am gonna put that little bit of whatever the mystery white stuff is. Mix this up first in here, and then, hold on. We're gonna, move away from the wall, suction cup. That's gotta do what you gotta do. Then you're gonna add your bacon mix to it. I'm going to also put in Old Bay seasoning because game changer. Okay, turn this on. Okay, I think next batch I'll kind of cut up that cream cheese. Okay, it's mixed. I just want to make sure it was mixing and not leaving big chunks. And then put in 2 cups of baking mix. It's a great way to use this up, even if you, this is waffle. I was thinking, is this baking mix? Yes, it is. It's not pancakes. So 2 cups of this, and then Old Bay. I'm going to add a good tablespoon or two. It's really good. Try some Old Bay. It's like a new delicious flavor. I love it. Now let's mix this up. All right, let's add the next batch here. I'm just gonna make a mess. So this I'm gonna break apart a little bit because it's all getting messy. It's all good. Add the cheese, the rest of this cheese, and the rest of this cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna just roll these. I'm still waiting on the cookies. I'm gonna roll these into balls, put these on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven, flash freeze them. When you flash freeze them, then you can put them inside a bag and they won't stick together. It's simple. Just put this whole tray in the freezer until it freezes solid. Okay, first batch of cookies are out of the oven. They smell so good. Some with the cinnamon and the chocolate, so good. You just want to cook them until they're, that you push on, they'll be soft. Obviously, you want them to be not squishy. So these are great. Put them all up here. I'm gonna finish rolling these out real quick before I start mixing up my next batch of goodies. So just get these rolled out, put in here. We're gonna put some in a pan because we're actually gonna cook some today. So I gotta leave some of those out as well. Okay, the sausage balls are in the oven. They are gonna be cooking away. The next one I'm gonna work on, I'm trying to use up all my smashed bananas. I've got my food processor in here. That's probably the one thing I do not like cleaning is a food processor. Anybody else? Do not like cleaning, especially after doing a greasy thing like sausage in there. So I'm trying to fill up my dishwasher and then run it this morning early when I'm done with my stuff. So anything that's disgusting I don't want to clean, I'm sticking in there. So this is going to be chocolate chip oatmeal cups. I think I can just mix everything together. It'll be okay to do it. So I'm gonna put everything in here. It's 4 smashed bananas. You want this to be a little, it's gonna be more thinner because it's gonna, when it cooks, it's like baked oatmeal. Always smelling my milk. It smells like milk. I just don't like the smell of milk. I'm gonna use my lactate milk here, which is 2 cups, and then I'll use dairy-free chocolate chips because I know that Jaden and Jensen like this. Okay, milk is gross. 2 cups of milk. Put the rest in here. I'll put the recipe on the screen. This is gonna be a little bit more soupier because it's more, like I said, more like baked oatmeal. Put these in the pan. I could use liners. I'm just not going to. Don't know why my choice is no liners. I'll let you know if it's a pain to get out. I feel like I remember them coming out easily. I don't think it's been a while. It's been so long since I've done these kind of meals, so I'm excited to get back to it. And then the Enjoy Life chocolate chips, I have to remember those. Like a regular chocolate chip bag is 2 cups of chocolate chips. The Enjoy Life ones are just 1 cup of chocolate chips. They're, you know, good for the kids that can't do the dairy. So I just have to remember that when I buy them, thinking, oh, that's crazy, good deal. I did find those really cheap. I think they were $1.30 a package, where I know at Walmart they were like $5. So perfect. All the chocolate chips float to the bottom, or float. They sink to the bottom, they float. Perfect. Fill these up. You can also do, I have this recipe on my blog, and I also did like an apple cinnamon one. And is that all we did? Apple cinnamon, I think that's it. My kids just like the chocolate chip one. So if your kids like chocolate chip, do the chocolate chip. If they don't like the apple, don't do the apple. Yeah, a little bit more. Not enough to do like a whole muffin pan. Let me get out some liners. If you're really careful, you can put it on top of your pan. Just real careful, real careful. We're gonna balance them on there just because there's, how many am I gonna have? I think I'm gonna have like 3. Just kind of carefully set them on there. Perfect. These are going to go in the oven as soon as one of those things are done. So I'm still making stuff, doing good. The other cookies are almost done, so I can put my next batch in. So I'm going to start making banana nut muffins with something else, a request. So I've got my semi-thawed bananas here. So I'm going to kind of plop it. You need 4, so I'm going to say that's 1. I'm trying to think if there's like 4 in here. I guess we could do a whole bag. It'd be like a really banana-y mix. That's good. Again, squishy bananas, gross. So let's see, bananas, and then it's 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I know it's one of those weird things, you're like, sour cream, but it does really help it. So I'm gonna add, this is the lactate one, so that lactose free and enjoy. And then coconut oil, which has been melted already. Sometimes it gets a little thicker when you put in here sugar because of the cold banana, so let's hope not sugar. And then I'm using maple flavoring for everything today because I have no vanilla and I have a lot of maple. So use what you can do. What else do we need? Eggs, sugar and eggs. I'm gonna get 2 eggs. We're going over here. We're mixing it all up. because my food processor is all dirty and I don't want to wash it out right now, I'm just gonna take some nuts. I got walnuts and a rolling pin, just smash it. I have walnuts in the freezer. I feel like I should just grind them up one day, but it's okay. Just gonna have to do it in a bag. This works. I forgot I got this pan at Goodwill. Yeah, let's use this pan. Completely forgot I had this bread one here. I'll do some mini loaves. Here, I'm moving right along, just waiting for the oven. So I'm gonna make some homemade granola. I haven't made homemade granola in, I don't even know. Have I even done it on my channel ever? Probably way back in the beginning. So I'm looking at my ingredients, the basic one. I have everything but sunflower and sesame seeds. And that's okay. This is one of those recipes you can just pretty much add whatever you want to it and it makes it delicious. So I'm gonna do pecans, because I have those. And then I'm just gonna, this wood food processor comes in handy and I'm not getting it out. So I'm going to put all, how many is this? Well, this is about 2 cups. Maybe I'll just do all pecans. Let's do all pecans. Okay, let me smash all these. So just mix everything that's on the screen in a bowl. Like I said, you could be very forgiving with the ingredients. Like I have 5 cups of wheat germ. I don't have 5 cups of wheat germ, and I could get wheat germ really cheap there. So I might have to adjust that in my recipe. I just realized. Let me get a measuring. Oh, I just use this one. So just put everything. Your basis is oatmeal, and then from there you can put any kind of thing you have in it. So I will probably add some of my flaxseed meal because I have that. That will be where I compensate. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then wheat germ here. That's 1. I guess, do we just use this up? I got this to make my bread with. I guess I'll use 2. 2 of that, and then I'm going to use the flaxseed meal because that's what I have. Whatever you can find, it doesn't matter. Granola is very forgiving for whatever. So I'm actually going to just do 4. Just do 5. Do 5. Just go for it. Do the rest. Okay, so that's gone then. 5 of this. Normally I add dry milk to this one. I'm not going to. I'm going to add shredded coconut because we're using it for fragments. That's what we're doing. Like I said, you can just kind of add whatever. Let me get a mixer. It's one of those recipes that, you know what, you can add whatever you like to it and it will all taste delicious. So whatever you have. I'm just keeping out the milk because of the child that doesn't do good because Jaden likes this a lot. So I might as well keep it good for her. So just stir this and then I'm going to mix the wet ingredients together in a separate bowl. Homemade granola is so good. Look at how good this is. Now, you want it to be incorporated very well. That's all you got to worry about. And it doesn't matter what you add to it. You can add anything. We used to make a real good chocolate one too. We talked about, we're like, what should we make? The regular or the chocolate, and we decided on this one. Again, it's one of those, add whatever. If you have more nuts, add some more nuts. If you just don't really have all the ingredients, just kind of, improvise. It's just your wet to dry ingredient ratio has to just make it so it's kind of coats it. So I'm gonna put this in a pan. I should put in a thinner one, but I used both of my other ones up for the meatballs. So this will go in the oven at real low. I could cook it all day if I wanted to, but I will, I probably put it on like almost 300, and then I'll just watch it so it doesn't burn. And then I'll kind of stir it and flip it till it gets hard and crispy and delicious. I like mine on top of applesauce. I know, because I don't like it with milk stuff. The kids like it on top of their smoothies. I also like to eat it with fruit. That's really good, like just bananas. But I thought we have a lot of applesauce. I thought that would be a nice topping for it. So this is done. Wash this up. These are done. Oh yeah, they come out really well. I probably could just plop them over. Did we take a risk? Let's hope. Oh wait. Okay, just drop them out. Perfect. Since I do have my convection oven setting on, this is only going to go in at 350 for a little bit because these banana breads will almost be done. So I'm going to just watch it. You don't want it to burn. Okay, so my freezer stuff is done. Breakfast cookies, oatmeal cups, sausage balls. What else do we make? Banana nut, and then granola. So that's perfect. I didn't take very long. It's what, 7:30. It's been about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. So that's really good. So now I'm going to work on food for the day. So I'm going to make some broccoli cheese soup because I have broccoli and I have cheese. So let me get my pan out and see what I can find to gather up to make soup. So when I start making soup, you know how that works. You start seeing stuff and you start grabbing. You're like, I can add A, B, C, D, or E. So you have a ton of stuff that you can add. So my intention was to use this up. These little sad looking broccoli that I didn't use anything with. I was going to eat them raw, and then we never did. So these are washed. I will cut these off and use this little bit in the broccoli soup. And then went to my freezer, and I'm like, I was going to cut up onions, but I'm like, I still have onions and peppers. So I'm going to kind of chop these a little bit in there. And then I thought I'll add some mixed vegetables that I have. And then I thought, you know what? Spinach is good. So let's add spinach. And then I saw broccoli slaw. So broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. It's how you make soup and how it rolls. So basically you saute everything. So what I'll do, gathering fragments of butter. I have a tiny little bit of butter. I've got a little bit of blueberry here. We are going to cook that. Let me first chop up some onions here. Very small. I don't know if I should do peppers in there. I feel like that would make it, I don't know if I like the green pepper. It'll be okay. Let me chop some up. Okay, I changed my mind. I do not want the green pepper taste in here, so I'm going to get out a real onion and cut it up. Why don't you keep this at the end, because it's already kind of yucky. I'm not going to put that in my soup. So you do the onions and garlic, and then you make a paste with your flour. So I'm going to add, the recipe is 2 cups of broth, but I feel like I'm going to do a little bit more because I have a lot more to add. The original recipe calls for way less than this. So I'm going to have to improvise and do a little bit different. So you just stir this in and whisk it up. I'm making my own chicken broth. I do have chicken broth in the freezer. I just thought about that. Next time. So just stir this till those lumps are gone. And then I'm going to add all my ingredients after. So I'll probably add a little bit more water. I'm looking at it because I've got a lot of veggies to add. I'm doing different. You follow the recipe to exact, and then it'll turn out perfect. But if you can like eyeball and add things, then go with it. I would just add a little bit more liquid just to cover your veggies. Okay, then I'm going to just add everything to it. We're adding fresh broccoli. We're adding, actually I put the spinach last. Let's do the broccoli slaw. Because the broccoli, cabbage always has a weird smell to it. Sometimes that's good. Just gonna fill that up. You know what? I'm not gonna add this. I'm gonna keep this out. I might not even do my spinach. Should I? Let that come to a boil. I will add spinach to it. It's good for you. Crush it up by smushing it together. Just add it. It's good. Stir that. I like mine a whole lot thicker, so. So this was been in there for a little bit on 350. It just gets a little bit, it's hard to tell if it's brown or not because I use maple flavoring and it really darkened everything. So just be careful. The ends will kind of cook. Just kind of stir it a little bit as best you can. Just one of those things, just take your time and let it cook. A thinner cookie sheet would be better, but we're just going to do a big blob of it because sometimes we do that until that here browned a little bit. Okay, I'm turning mine down to 300 degrees. That is where I'm going to keep it at. So what else do we got to do today? Popcorn. That was something else on my list. These are done too, which is great. Everything's turning out amazing. I'm so happy. This is just going to have to boil. I should put a lid on it. Let's get a lid out. Then let's do some popcorn because we are going to head to the park today. So I'm going to take popcorn. That'll be a nice grab and eat, you know, salty, something salty when you're at the park. This is so simple. I have my celery popcorn popper. Not sponsored, just go buy it yourself. It's really good. This is, I think it's maybe $12 on Amazon. If you like popcorn, it makes it taste good. Like my kids do, we do get microwave popcorn. My kids like that, and they do realize it's, you know, plastic and harmful and not good for you. But so is macaroni and cheese in a box, and that's okay. So is talking on your cell phone, having Bluetooth headphones in. There's a whole lot. I laugh because people are so, they get very judgmental when it comes to making food and doing videos. You're not organic, you're feeding your kids garbage, you're doing this, but yet they will be on their phones nonstop. They'll probably put an earbud in like I am. Yeah, there's other dangers to your body as well as food. So don't let people get down on you because there's a whole lot more in life that is damaging. So I'm going to put in a little bit of coconut oil in here, and then I'm going to add some popcorn seeds. I'll probably use this up here that we have. And we can say this bag is gone. So I'll put half of these in. We'll put about half of those in. And then our good old popcorn salt. And then put it in the microwave. I always forget the time. I feel like it's 3:20. I just don't remember. We'll do 3:10. I just forget what it's at all the time. Perfect. Okay. These are good. I think I can dump these out over here. I feel like I need a swiveling camera today. Do this. These are going to be good. What I'm going to do with these bread ones is, obviously all these are going to go, most of these are going to go in the freezer, depending on what gets eaten in the next couple of days. But these are good to wrap up. They weren't much, they were about what, 1, maybe 2 scoops for the muffins. So it's like having 2 muffins. Delicious. How great. Dishes are, I'm doing good. Doing really good. I need to get dinner rolling for tonight. So back over here, I need to get another pot boiling right here with water. I guess we'll just use this one. We gotta cook some pasta. We're gonna do, we had that ham dinner. I had to laugh. The kids are like, we don't really love, not all of them. Some like ham, but not everybody. And I'm like, you guys don't like ham all of a sudden? So something about the texture with some of them. It's okay. So I'm like, but you'll eat it like ham skillet or chopped up? They're like, yeah. So do something different. So I'm gonna take some of that ham, chop it up. We're gonna do ham skillet. We used to make this all the time. I mean, I still make it. It's just one of those gather your fragment recipes after every ham dinner. The kids do like it. They do eat it. It's good. It's basically pasta ham and some chicken broth with thyme, lemon juice. Usually I add Parmesan cheese. I will skip the Parmesan cheese in this one and just have it. So it'll be good. So over here, we'll boil some water. Dinner's going to be looking good. I'm going to be ready to head out the door and go to the park and enjoy time with my kiddos. That probably is going to be way too many seeds. I'm trying to gather fragments and just use everything up, but I feel like that just might be a little bit too much, but we're going to see. So this is good. Put this, sorry, move you over, slide you over. Doing so good today. And the reason why I feel like I'm doing good, because not every day I feel like I'm doing good, like yesterday was and Monday were such busy days for me. Like I feel like, what did I do Monday? What was Monday? Monday was shopping. So I went shopping
because I had to run Jane to her for work and stuff, and then came home and I still had the day to I still had to work that day and get stuff done, school, house, you know, you name it. And so it was long. And then Tuesday, same way, it was I had to my dentist, so I didn't get home until noon, and then I started my day. So it's just been 2 long days where I don't get to bed until 10 o'clock at night, and I'm tired. This mom needs to go to bed about 9 o'clock. As 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, I'm exhausted. The last few nights the kids have been like, Mom, did you fall asleep on us because it's 9 o'clock and you're not in bed? I'm like, ha ha ha, so funny, but that's the truth because I'm ready for bed. But today, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get everything done. Like, everything's gonna be finished. I'm not gonna have to worry about anything else for the rest of the day. We'll do breakfast. I gotta make some gravy for those sausage balls. Oops, hold on. We'll do some gravy for those sausage balls, and then that'll be breakfast. I'll make a monkey milkshake, and then they can have any of their little muffiny things here. And then lunch, if they want, what else do we have for lunch? We do have sandwiches, but it's kind of like in between. Will they eat anything? But there's some deviled eggs. There's ham and potatoes if they want that. There'll be soup, and I also have scrambled eggs from yesterday, or a sandwich. So whatever they want to have, they can have. They might, maybe should we do ham scallop lunch? So we'll figure out lunch. It's one of those things. Some kids eat, some don't, and they just wait for dinner, and then dinner will be done. So I don't have to worry about anything because we're going to the park, and we're going to spend time there. And then our library has a library program today. We're going to go to that, and then after that the girls have, so it's like park until 4, library program at 4, and then 6 o'clock is Bible study for the teens, and then have to pick them up and be done. So it's just a long day, and it's like, you know, bedtime. So good long day. It's a good thing. It's a great thing, but I just want to be done with my jobs, my work, so I can enjoy the rest of the day. And then we also have to get some school in here somewhere. We'll get there. We're going to get there, and that will be after I'm done making food. Kids will get up. I'll edit probably as they're waking up doing their thing, and then we'll have get school done. So it's good. That is, I don't hear any popping yet. It's been in there for a minute. Let me make sure that didn't burn. Okay, it's going. I hear it. I'm like, I just tilted it. I can see the oil in there, so it'll get going. It's just a lot more popcorn in there. Perfect. This soup is probably getting close to being ready. Okay, so my choice of cheese is going to be a can of this nacho cheese we have here. It's kind of frozen, so I'm going to have to just put that as best I can in there, and that will kind of cook and thaw at the same time. I don't know if I'll put, I was going to put some shredded cheese in there, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. Let's see what this looks like. And then usually I add some milk to it, so I'm going to add, what's that, regular milk? I'm not going to add a ton because I don't really love mine very milky. I like a thick soup. Anybody else like a thick soup? I prefer a thick soup over a thinner soup. If you go to a restaurant, you get a thin soup because it's cheaper for them. At home, I want to make a thick soup. So I think that's all I'm going to add. I think the recipe is 2 cups. I probably only add about 1 cup. There's like a tiny bit. Okay, that was more than I wanted. It's a little thinner, but that's okay. So what I would do is, let this kind of go boil, and then that cheese will melt. What I was thinking is, if you like it a little bit thicker, what I would do is add some instant potato flakes to it. It'll kind of thicken the soup and make it a little bit, you know, just thicker, not so watery. But we will let this do its thing. I'm just looking at it. I feel like I'll add some more cheese. I'm going to add some cheese. Popcorn is overflowing. Look at that. Can you see it in the microwave? That's what happens when you fill and gather your fragments and add a whole lot more. You just listen for it to stop popping. It's still going. But it's almost on that fringe of being done. That's how you get popcorn. Just get your bowl over here. Forgot to whip around my camera. So that did cook most of the soup. There wasn't even that many that did not cook. So not bad. We'll put this, actually I should throw this in my dishwasher. Let me do that. Dishwashers have been on for a while, but you know, let's just rinse it off and put it in. Okay, I did restart my dishwasher. That's okay. I threw a few more things in here. This tastes so good. The broccoli slaw in there is so good. So I'm gonna add some cheese. I know it's gonna make it grainy when it's melted, but I think that's gonna be very good. So this is gonna be delicious. This was like the broccoli slaw was one of those things I'm like, I was literally contemplating just throwing in the trash because I'm like, when am I ever gonna make broccoli slaw? Put it in soup for broccoli soup. Look at that. That's going to be so good. Let's get a spoon and try that. I'm resisting the urge. I only have a tiny little bit of cheese left, but I'm not gonna put it in because it tastes perfect. Like it literally tastes so good right here. So this is good soup. That was a great way to make the cheesy broccoli soup. And you see, you get a big chunk of broccoli if you want. If not, it's all tiny. Wonderful. All right, this is good. It's gonna be my lunch today. I'm not even gonna add any instant potato flakes because I think it tastes great. Remember your granola, don't forget this, because if you have it up higher, it's gonna cook a lot faster. Back over here in the kitchen, water is boiling. I'm gonna add all this pasta here. This will use up this pasta. Probably too much, we're gonna be hopeful. It's good, let's stir here. Usually use penne pasta, but this is what I have. It's more like rigatoni, I think. We'll let that cook, put this in the sink. So that's gonna come to a boil. I'm just gonna put the lid back on, but I'll just watch it. And then I've got a measuring cup over here with water. I'm gonna make my gravy in there. You want to put it in here and put it in the microwave. You can cook it in the stove, but this is way easier, I found. It's like, so just kind of cook it for, I'll do like a minute 30, and then this is good. And then that way you can just stir it. Just gotta stir this, they don't stick. And then while this is cooking, I feel like I should put the lid on it. Let me put the lid on for just a minute. We're gonna come back over here. I'm gonna take my ham and cut some up to put in the ham skillet. So this is done, see, all nice and thick. So this will sit out with the sausage balls. Tastes so good. Okay, so we're working on this stuff. So what I'm gonna do, these have come out, they are frozen, so I'm gonna put them in a bag. I think I'll do like, probably about 14 per bag. I think that's a good number. 14 fits, that's about a good thing. That's about what we eat, about 2 per person. So then if I was needing to make more, I can just put more together. These are so good. So I even cooked them in the oven, they were in the bottom rack. So they got a little bit more, browned quicker because, that happens when you put them on the bottom rack. But they're still soft enough with the cream cheese, it doesn't even taste that way. And then if you serve it with the gravy, it's like, it doesn't even, you can't even notice it. Look at all those, perfect. So this was great. This was using up that sausage because we really wouldn't use it for anything else. And then gather it up and making good stuff for my freezer. I don't know if I'll be able to get, I might have to just do that and put these last ones in another bag. That's what I'll do. But that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakfasts right there that I was able to make this morning. So that was perfect. Let me wash it. So over here in my pan, I dumped out the noodles. And then I'm gonna cook in here or bring to a boil chicken broth. I made bouillon and water. I've got dried minced onion because that's what I'm doing. And then I've got some Italian seasoning. It's oregano and basil, but you do what you can do. Add that in there and then add the ham. This is a lot of ham. I feel like that's a lot of ham. It's okay, we're gonna use up that ham. That's what we're gonna do. We're forcing everybody to eat that ham. And then it's lemon juice. It just has a little bit of tartness in it that just, the flavor is good. We're doing a little bit more than the recipe. And then let this come to a boil. You let it kind of boil here. This is one that's gonna sit for a little bit today, so I'll probably add a little bit more liquid because it is gonna sit and I don't want it to absorb all the liquid today. But this is easy. And then you can add Parmesan cheese when you serve it. But I'm gonna not do that because, like I said, dairy free, but it's delicious, delicious, easy. Ham skillet, so simple, look at this. this is what it looks like now. It's gonna sit for today because we're going and gonna be out and dinner's gonna be quick. So I've added a lot more liquid in here than normal, and then it'll absorb some of that, and we can just heat it up or whatever. And then you can have Parmesan cheese to it too. It's so good. It's so simple tasting, but it's so good. So this is one of our family favorite after ham recipes. So it's a way to use up the ham because the kids are like, I don't like the big chunks. They don't like the big pieces of ham, but they do like it all cut up. So this is good. This is done. Finished. So dinner tonight is going to be this, and I still have a whole loaf of bread left. And I have salad in there. I have a salad that Evan brought. So we have salad in there too. So there is plenty of food for dinner tonight. I'm not going to worry about lunch as soup, or there's veggie soup, there's peanut butter and jelly, whatever they want to have, breakfast, the little sausage balls, and all the wonderful food we made. And I'll make a chocolate monkey milkshake, and I'm looking in here. This is the granola. So this is the granola. I'm just going to keep stirring this. I turned it down to 275 just so it doesn't burn on me, because I don't want to ruin what I spent my time doing this morning. And now I'm done. I'm done working in the kitchen here, which is awesome for me because this mama wants to enjoy her day with her babies and not be rushed, all those good things. I'm gonna go. So you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.